I am now going to do the exercises for QuickBooks on Chapter 6 for Saturday, August 15th, 2026. So the first one is on page 129. Received a bill from Atlas Planning for some layout designs for remodeling the grooming room. So we need to enter a bill. So we're going to say new bill. And the vendor is Atlas Planning. And he's not in here, so we're going to add him. And the company name is Atlas Planning. And so that's correct, the company name. So that's all we need to put, and we're going to say save. Oh, you also have to put the vendor name, just because that's the company name, but you have to put the vendor name also. So we're going to save. And it says due in 15 days, and that's the default. When we set them up, we already knew the default, and we know that the day is 081526 because that's the date of all the exercises we're doing in this video. And there is no bill number. So we're going to put, it was for remodeling and grooming. So it says at the end that the category, which means the same thing as the account number, is repair and maintenance. So I'm going to start typing repair and maintenance, and there it is, right here under expense. And it's for remodeling the grooming room, and the amount is $150. So we're done with that one. And so we are going to save and close. Okay, so I actually should have done save and new because the second one is another bill. So again, we're going to do new bill. And the vendor is, I'm just going to put a paper under to keep my place. The vendor is Dollar Saver. And it's not there, so we're going to add them. And we're going to put Dollar Saver. And we're going to say save. And so I'm going to tab through. It's the same date, so we don't have to worry about that. And they do have a reference number this time. It's bill 8858. And it is for marketing. And we already have the account name marketing. And the description is weekly advertising. And the amount is $85. Oh, and they just said it says that it's due in 30 days. So when I set them up, I could have put that it's 30 days. So I'm going to change this to, well, I'm not going to change the due date. When I change the terms to net 30, it changes the due date. It changes it to 30 days. And so now we're good. And I'm going to say save and close because the next one is not a bill. It is a sales receipt. and it's for 3 small dogs, and the client is Donnie Jacobs. So I'm going to say new, and it is sales receipt, and the client is Donnie Jacobs, and Johnny Jacobs isn't in there. So we're going to add Donnie Jacobs as the client. Now we're not doing the dog yet. This is the parent. And let's see. Okay, so that's all we need is the name. And we're going to say save. And now we're going to do the first dog. The first dog is named Lucky. So we put a colon after Donnie Jacobs' name. We add new Donnie Jacobs. And we are going to have the display name be Lucky. But the name to print on checks is Donnie Jacobs. And it's a sub-client of Donnie Jacobs. And I'm going to save it. So now we're working on, oh, I thought I put Donnie Jacobs in there. There we go. I think I forgot to put tab, so it didn't record the name. And I'm going to say save. And it's the sales receipt date is the same. They paid cash, so there's no reference number. So the service date is 081526. And I'm going to copy that so I could paste it every time we have a date. And the service is full pet groom, and it's small. So full pet groom, here we are, and we want small. And the quantity is 1. And we're going to say save and new because we need to do the 3 dogs. So I'm going to say save and new. And the next one is Nancy. Now Donnie Jacobs should be in there now. So I don't have to add him again. But I do have to put a colon. And this time the dog is named Nancy. So we're going to add Nancy. And the name to print on the checks is Donnie Jacobs. And this is the sub-client of Donnie Jacobs. So I'm going to save. And we're ready to put this. Oh, I did it again. And we're ready to save. And we know that Nancy is a sub-client of Donnie Jacobs because here is his name. The date is the same. It's cash. No reference number. So the service date. And it is a small pet groom. A small full pet groom. Because the 3 dogs are small. And we already have the amount. So we're going to do the last one. The last one is Dolly. So I'm going to start typing Donnie. But I put a colon. And I'm going to put Dolly. And so we're going to add Dolly as the sub-client. So I'm going to, right here, I'm going to put Dolly. And the name to print on checks is Donnie Jacobs. And the sub-client is Donnie Jacobs. And so we're done adding. Happened again. I think I'm not putting tab. Yep, that's it. And we're done adding Dolly. So now we could put Dolly's services. I'm going to go down and Donnie paid cash. and the service date, and the service is full pet groom, small, and we are done. Okay, the next one is John Cannon brought in one extra large dog, Ruff, and we already remember Ruff came in, and he's going to get a bath and brush, ears clean, and teeth brushed, and he paid by check. So it's John Cannon. Ooh, maybe I just remembered doing it before because we don't have John Cannon. So we need to add John Cannon. And so we need to put John Cannon, and that's right. Everything's right. So we say save. So he's the parent, and the subclient is his dog named Ruff. So I have John Cannon, I put a colon, and I put Ruff. So we're going to add Ruff, and the name to pronounce chicks is John Cannon, and Ruff is a subclient of John Cannon. So I'm going to save Ruff's record now. We see Ruff right there. Ooh, did it again. And I'm going to say save. And so we're ready to put in the service. He paid by check. And the check number was 77811. And the service date was 8/15. And the first thing he got was bath and brush, and he's extra large. Then the next one is put the date. He got ears cleaned. And the next one, put the date. And he got teeth brushed. Oops. Oops. We need the date. Teeth brushed. And we should be good. I'm just going to check the solution just to make sure I'm on the right receipt. The receipt we're on right now is 1033. And that's John Cannon. Yes. And so I'm going to go back. And let's see, what is the next one? We're going to say save and new because the next one is a sales receipt. And Maria Biazas, she brought in a medium, and the name is Puffin, and they want a mini pet groom and nail polish. So the client is Maria Biazas, and we're just putting the parent in right now. And the name to print on checks is Maria Biazas. So we're done. Easy to put the parent. But for this receipt, sales receipt, we are going to put the name of the dog. So we're going to put a colon, and the name is Puffin. And the name to print on checks is Maria Biazas. And Puffin is a subclient of Maria Biazas. And so I'm going to save. This is for Puffin. And the service is medium mini pet groom. So I'm going to put the date, mini pet groom, medium. And also nail polish. Nails painted is the technical name. And we are done with Puffin. So let's see, what's the next one? Closing time. King came and asked whether Sadie could clean up a dirty puppy. So it's another sales receipt. Save and new. And the client is James King. And that is a new client. So we're going to say James King. And the client display name is James. Now this one says do not put a sub-client because it's not really his dog. Okay, and we're done with James, and that's who we're going to bill. So we're not going to put a sub-client. And just at closing time. So he's a small bath and brush and a flea bath. So, and how did he pay? James paid cash. And the sales receipt should be 1035. Yes, we're on the right one. So let's see, that's right. He paid cash. No reference number, put the date. And he said it is bath and brush. And remember, he's small. Bath and brush, small. And also, we are doing a flea bath. So we're going to give him a flea bath. And we are done with James King, the puppy that he found. So the next one after that is we make bank deposit. So we don't do save and new. We do save and close. But what are these? Okay. So save and close. And we are going to do a bank deposit. So it is new bank deposit into the bank, the checking, there it is. And it's the same date and for the week sales. So they're telling us how much it should be. And do you see down here, down at the bottom, it's 1016, and that's what they say. So that means we're going to check all the people. I mean, all the sales receipts that we did. So I'm going to put a check mark and it selects them all. And so if you see, it's going to be 1016. And basically that's all you have to do to make a deposit. So we are going to, I'm going to look at the next page. What are we doing next? So we're actually done with the day. So I'm going to say save and close. And we need to look at our check figures on page 130 to make sure we did everything right. So I'm actually going to run a balance sheet because I know all these accounts are on the balance sheet. Oh, no. I'm going to look at the chart of accounts. I actually could use either one, the chart of accounts or the balance sheet, but I'm going to look on the chart of accounts. The bank is 47,65738. Put a check mark. The credit union, it's the same as before. We haven't done anything with it, so it's 71184. Check. The accounts receivable are 441. Check. And the accounts payable are 577.66. I have to go down to liabilities. Accounts payable. Oop, I have a little bit off. So I have to go figure out what is not matching. Now, the way that you figure it out, to get a hint, this says 60630, And so I'm going to bring up my calculator, or you could bring up Excel, and I'm going to put 606.30 minus, now in the book, it says 577.66. Did I do minus? 577.66 equals, so we're $28.64 off. So now we have to figure out where that is. Okay, to figure out how my accounts payable is off, the first thing I did was I subtracted. In the book, it said that the amount should be 577.66, and in my actual, it's 606.30. So I subtracted and I was $28.64 off. I couldn't find a number like that. So what I did was I went in my accounts payable, and I knew it had to be after July because we only made entries in August lately since we did our check. We checked our totals. And so I went back and I looked and I saw on 8/13 the Bonnie's biscuits actually should have been not 55.50. It should have been 26.86. So I'm looking on page 128. So I'm going to drill down to go to the bill, and I'm going to change it. And here's where I made the mistake on the amount for the biscuits. They should have been 26.86, not 55.50. So I am going to say save and close because I fixed the amount. And I'm going to go back to my chart of accounts. And hopefully now my accounts payable will match what is on page 130, 577.66. Yes, it matches. So I am ready to run my reports. So that was just a little strategy showing you how to figure out when you've made a mistake. So now we're on prepare your deliverables. And I think what that's talking about is prepare the files that you're going to upload to eLab. So the first one is sales by client summary. So I'm going to go to reports. And I could either find it here, find report, or I could scroll down and try to find it. But I like to do Control F as in find, and I put the name of the report, sales by client summary, and it's right here. So I'm going to open it up. And they say we want week ending 8/15. So it is 8/13 through 8/15. So I'm going to put 081326 because the year is 26. And the ending date is 081526. And we have to refresh. So I'm going to say run report. And this is the report. I'm actually going to check it with the solution guide. Actually with the solution guide, so that I don't have to re-upload it. So let's see. Well, I guess they don't show us the totals. So I'm actually going to look at the solution file. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to solution guide. I'm going to go to chapter 6. And I'm going to look at, gotta go down to the reports after we do the whole week. And there it is. Well, oh no, that's the deposit. Okay, here it is. So I just want to look at the total 1,236.50. And I'm going to look here. 1,236.50. Yep, it works. So I am going to export it. And that's the symbols right here. This is the export symbol. I click and I say export to Excel. And it put it in my downloads. So I open it up. And I need to enable editing because that's my virus checker. And I'm going to save it. File, save as. I'm going to navigate to my completed assignments. And I'm going to call it Chapter 6, Sales by Client Summary 8.15.26. That's what they're telling you to call it. And it does say, mine says Excel workbook. You have to make sure yours says Excel workbook, not Excel 97 2003. Needs to say workbook and have the extension .xlsx. And mine already had that, so I could save it. And it's ready to upload. I'm going to do the next report, and it's going to be Los Angeles City Bank. It's going to be the register for the whole bank account. So I'm going to go back to reports. No, actually I'm not, because I'm running a register, not a report. So I need to go to the account. And I'm going to view the register. And the way that you do it is you export it. So it's right here. And I'm going to open it up. Enable editing. And I'm going to save it as Chapter 6, City Credit Union Register. Oh, I did the wrong one. Nope. Okay, so I need to call it Chapter 6. LA. They want us to say LA, not Los Angeles. City Bank Register. Now, to be honest, if you get the name of the report wrong, it does not mark you off. Now, I see I have the wrong type of file. See where it says save as type. I need it to say just workbook, but it cannot say 97-2003 because that's XLS. I need it to be XLSX. So I'm going to click on here. I'm going to go up to Excel workbook, XLSX. And now I'm ready to save it because I'm going to go in completed assignments. Now I'm in completed assignments. I have the right name. I have the right file type, so I could say save. Okay, the next report they want is the City Credit Union Register. So I'm actually going to close this because you do not want to have your file open while you're uploading it. And the reason is because you may not have saved it and it will only upload the latest saved version. So just to be safe, I always close the file because then you know it's saved. And if it's not, it'll prompt you to save it. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and it's a register again. So I go to chart of accounts. And this time it's the credit union and it's a liability because it's a credit card. Here it is, City Credit Union. I'm going to view the register and I'm going to export it. So it's in my downloads now. I'm going to open it up. I have to enable editing. You might not have to. And I am going to name it. I'm going to name it File, Save As. And I'm going to go to completed assignments. I actually have mine in my quick access toolbar on the left. And you might say, oh, where are they all? It's because it's looking only for Excel 97 2003 workbooks. The minute I change it to the right type, then I see them all because it's only searching for this type of file. And now I'm going to name it. It's going to be Chapter 6, City Credit Union Register. We're done. So I'm going to say save. And we are ready to upload those 3 reports. So that's the end of this video. The next video, I'm going to start the week ending 8/22, but we're going to start with Thursday, 8/20.